It starts quietly, so quietly you almost think you imagined it. A soft whisper, almost imperceptible, like the faint rustling of paper or the wind blowing through cracks in the wall. But the more you listen, the clearer it becomes. It's coming from above, from the ceiling. You try to ignore it, chalking it up to the house settling, the creaks of an old building. But then it happens again. This time it's unmistakable. A voice, low, haunting. It's as if it's speaking directly into your mind, bypassing your ears entirely. Do not go to the kitchen. You freeze, standing in the middle of your living room. The voice is soft but commanding, chilling your bones. You try to reason with yourself. Maybe it's just your imagination playing tricks, or perhaps the house is just making strange noises, like it always does. But deep down, you know something isn't right. The voice comes again, clearer now. Don't open that door. You glance nervously at the hallway. The door to the closet is ajar, the dark space beyond it unsettling. Your heart beats faster. What door is it talking about? The one to the kitchen? The one in the hall? You take a deep breath, trying to calm yourself. It's just paranoia, right? But as you move to close the door to the closet, the voice speaks again, more insistent now. Don't close it. Leave it open. You feel a cold sweat form on the back of your neck. You hesitate, but the voice has power over you, like a pull urging you to obey. It's not just in your head anymore, it feels real. Your hands shake as you leave the door slightly ajar, staring at it as if waiting for something to happen. And then the voice whispers once more, but this time it's different, darker. Now, sit down. You don't even think. Without hesitation, you sit on the couch, your body moving as if under the voice's command. The voice continues, giving you instructions, small things at first. Adjust the blinds, move the chair, and you follow. Every instruction feels like a command you cannot resist, even though your mind is screaming for you to stop. You're not sure what's happening anymore. But one thing is clear, you're not in control. The whispers grow louder, sharper, more insistent. It's as if the voice has become a part of your mind now, threading itself into your thoughts. You try to shut it out, but it's impossible. The commands come faster, more urgent. Stand up, it says. You rise from the couch, your limbs stiff, almost robotic. Your head spins, but you can't stop yourself. Your body moves without your consent. You're going to the kitchen now, the voice orders. You try to resist. You tell yourself it's just in your head. It's just the house making strange noises, playing tricks on you. But deep down, you know it's not. You feel a pressure in your chest, a heaviness like something is pushing you forward. Your legs move and you step toward the kitchen. Every step feels wrong. Every motion feels unnatural, as if your body is no longer your own. You reach the kitchen door. The lights flicker above you, casting eerie shadows on the walls. The room is unnervingly still, too still, like something is waiting in the darkness. And then you hear it again, the whisper. Open the drawer. Your hand reaches out, your fingers brushing against the cold metal handle. You don't want to do it. You don't want to open that drawer. But your hand moves on its own, as if it's being guided by an invisible force. The drawer slides open with a soft, drawn-out screech. Inside, there's nothing, just a small black box, the kind you've never seen before. You don't remember putting it there. Take it, the voice commands. Your fingers close around the box, your skin crawling as you pick it up. The moment your hand touches the cold surface, a sharp, searing pain shoots through your wrist. You gasp, but the pain doesn't stop. It pulses, sharp and rhythmic, like a heartbeat. You look down and there's blood, fresh blood dripping from your wrist, but you didn't feel it happen. The box trembles in your hand. Now, the voice says, open it. Your stomach twists, but the command is too strong. You can't fight it. You pull the lid open with trembling hands, and as you do, the lights flicker again. This time they flicker violently, casting distorted shadows across the walls. Inside the box is a note, written in messy, frantic handwriting. You unfold it, but before you can read the words, the voice comes again, louder this time, almost panicked. Don't read it aloud. But it's too late. You can't stop yourself. You speak the words out loud. And the moment you do, the air in the room turns icy cold. Your breath clouds in front of you, and the temperature drops so suddenly that your skin prickles with frost. The room seems to shrink, the walls closing in as though the house itself is suffocating you. The whisper comes again, now frantic, panicked. You shouldn't have read it. You feel a shift in the air, a presence in the room with you. It's as if something is behind you, watching you. You can feel the weight of its gaze on your back, the breath on the back of your neck, and then in a voice colder than ice it speaks, "Now you'll never escape." You turn around, heart racing, but the kitchen is empty. Yet the air is thick with the unmistakable feeling of presence, like something or someone is standing just behind you. Too close, too real. The whispers start again, but this time they're different. They're no longer words, they're sounds, like claws scratching at the floor or something wet dragging across the walls. The sound of something alive, hunting. And then, just as suddenly as it began, everything stops. Silence. But you can feel it. The eyes are still on you. The whispers haven't gone away. They're just waiting. You stand there in the middle of the kitchen, your heart pounding so loudly in your ears that it drowns out the silence. But the silence isn't real. You can feel it, like a presence pressing down on you from every corner of the room. The walls feel closer now, the air thick, suffocating. The whispers are gone for now, but you know they're not finished with you. You know it's only a matter of time before they come back. "Move," the voice says suddenly, sharp and cold. You don't want to. You can't, but your body obeys. Your feet shuffle across the cold tile floor, dragging you toward the hallway. You pass the darkened living room, where shadows seem to stretch unnaturally, reaching toward you like fingers. "Don't look at them," the voice warns, but it's too late. You glance at the shadows, and for a moment, you see them move. Not just shadows, but figures, people. Their faces are pale, their eyes wide and unblinking, their mouths hanging open in a silent scream. They don't speak, they just watch. But their eyes follow you, tracking your every movement like they're waiting for you to make a mistake. You force yourself to look away, but the hallway seems to stretch endlessly in front of you, the walls narrowing, twisting. The door to your bedroom is just ahead, but it's not your bedroom anymore. The door is wrong, too dark, too thick, as if it's made from the shadows themselves. "Enter," the voice commands, its tone now almost a hiss. Your hand reaches for the doorknob, and the moment you touch it, the temperature drops again, the air turning painfully cold, like ice against your skin. You open the door slowly, but the moment you step inside, you stop. The room isn't the same. The walls are covered in old newspaper clippings, yellowed with age, all surrounding a single image, your face. It's staring back at you, distorted, twisted, like a reflection gone wrong. But what's worse is that the face is alive. It's blinking, breathing, and its eyes are filled with that same twisted, mocking smile. The voice speaks again, softer now, like a whisper just behind your ear. "Look closer." You don't want to. You know you shouldn't, but you can't look away. Your feet move of their own accord, pulling you closer to the wall. The newspaper clippings seem to reach for you, the words bleeding into each other, forming a message. "You will never be alone. I am always here." Watching. You hear the sound of something scraping against the floor behind you. Slowly, you turn around, and your blood runs cold. There, in the corner of the room, is a figure, dark, tall, and impossibly still. Its face is covered in shadow, but you can feel it watching you, studying you as if it knows your every fear. And then it moves. It doesn't walk, it slides, gliding across the floor, faster than you can blink, until it's right behind you. You freeze, unable to move, unable to scream. The temperature drops even further, and you feel the icy breath against your neck, cold fingers brushing the back of your skull. The voice speaks again, but this time it's not from above. It's from inside your mind, a thought that isn't yours. You're mine now. The figure in the corner shifts again, and you realize it's not a figure at all. It's just a part of the room, a shadow that's taken form, and it's been there all along. Before you can react, the door slams shut behind you, trapping you inside. You can hear the faint dragging sound again, growing louder, moving closer. Your breath catches in your throat as you back into the corner, your eyes frantically searching for a way out. But there's no escape. The shadows have already claimed you. The room grows colder still, the shadows stretching and twisting like tendrils reaching toward you. You press yourself into the corner, feeling the chill seep into your bones, the weight of the darkness pressing on you from all sides. Your breath is ragged, shallow, as though the air itself is thickening, choking you. The scraping sound continues, growing louder, closer, like something dragging itself toward you. You turn quickly, hoping to see nothing, but there's something there. A shape, dark, featureless, like a human silhouette made of smoke. It moves with unnatural speed, crossing the room in the blink of an eye. You barely register the movement before you hear it again, whispering from above, from within you, from all around. Look at me. You try to look away, your mind screaming for you to run, to get out, but your body refuses to listen. Slowly, you lift your eyes, your gaze drawn inexorably toward the shadows in the far corner. There, standing at the threshold, is the figure again. But now, it's different. It's no longer just a shadow, it's taking shape. Its features are indistinct, blurry, but you can see its eyes, and they're fixed on you. Those eyes, dark, hollow, staring into your very soul. The longer you look, the more you feel it. A presence, something ancient and wrong creeping inside your mind, burrowing deep within your thoughts. It feels like it's rooting around in your memories, pulling them out and playing with them, twisting them into something darker. Listen to me, the voice comes again, not from the figure but from inside your own head. It's inescapable, like a parasite, worming through your consciousness. The shadows in the corner begin to move, pulsing like the thing inside them is alive, breathing. Touch the wall, the voice commands, more forceful this time, angry. Your hand, trembling, lifts against your will. You know it's wrong. You know it's a mistake, but your fingers press against the cold, cracked surface of the wall. The moment your skin touches the peeling wallpaper, a sharp jolt of pain runs up your arm, as though the wall itself is alive, feeding on your touch. You scream in agony, but the scream is swallowed by the walls, the darkness, the silence that suffocates you. You can't move. Your body is frozen in place, locked in a grip you can't escape. And then, just as quickly as the pain started, it stops. But the whisper continues. Now open the door. You glance toward the door to the bedroom, the one you thought was locked. You didn't remember opening it, but somehow it stands ajar, a thin sliver of darkness waiting. The voice inside your head pushes you, urging you forward, stronger now. The door must be opened. You shuffle forward, your feet dragging, as though the very air around you is pulling you back. With trembling hands, you reach for the doorknob, but the moment your fingers close around it, the door swings open on its own. And what you see on the other side is something you wish you could unsee. The room is not empty. It's full of faces, hundreds of them. But they're not real. They're just masks, hollow and expressionless, their eyes wide open, fixed on you, staring from every surface. From the floor, from the walls, from the ceiling, they are everywhere, all watching, all waiting. The room is suffocating. The walls are closing in and the faces, they're getting closer. The eyes are following your every movement, each one silently screaming, begging for help that will never come. And yet, the worst part is that you realize, you know these faces. You know them, but you can't place them. Your heart races, a cold sweat pouring down your back as you struggle to breathe, but the room seems to be closing in around you, suffocating you. Then the voice comes again, louder than before, echoing in your mind. You're one of them now. The faces start to move, stretching, distorting, pulling themselves toward you. Some of them seem to melt like wax in the fire, while others remain frozen, locked in that same wide-eyed expression. You try to scream, but no sound comes out. You try to move, but your body is paralyzed, unable to escape as the faces close in, their empty eyes burning into you. And then, just as you think you can't bear it any longer, the whispers come again. But this time the voice is laughing at you, laughing at your fear. Welcome home? The faces are closing in, their hollow eyes now filled with something, a darkness that's crawling into your mind. You feel it, the cold grip of panic tightening around your chest, your breath shallow, your heart racing in your throat. The walls are squeezing inward, the faces all around you, pulling at your skin, your very soul. The whispering voice is no longer calm, no longer a command. It's mocking, almost hungry, echoing in every corner of your mind. You're mine now. You try to scream again, but no sound escapes your lips. The faces draw closer, their eyes unblinking, their twisted grins stretching impossibly wide. Some of them are familiar, faces you've seen before, but from where? Family? Friends? No, they don't matter anymore. They're just masks now, just empty shells waiting for something to fill them. As the darkness closes in, you feel a presence behind you, something even more terrifying than the faces surrounding you. You turn, and there in the doorway is a figure, tall, shrouded in shadow. Its face is a blur, like it's been erased from reality itself. But one thing is clear, it's looking directly at you, and in its eyes, you see nothing but endless hunger. It steps forward, slowly. Its footfalls are the only sound in the suffocating silence. Each step feels like it's shaking the very ground beneath you, its presence growing, pressing down on you, suffocating you. You try to move, to escape, but your body is frozen. You're paralyzed, unable to do anything but watch as the figure inches closer. "Welcome home," the voice whispers again, only this time it's not just inside your head. It's coming from the figure, its lips twisting into a grin, sharp and cold. "You've always belonged here." You want to close your eyes to block it out, but the figure is right there, just inches away, its cold breath washing over your face. Suddenly everything goes black. The faces are gone. The figure is gone. You're alone. Alone in a cold, empty void. But it's not real. You know it's not. You can feel the darkness pressing in from all sides, suffocating you. There's nowhere to run, no way to escape. The whispers are louder now, coming from everywhere. You're trapped. And then in the silence, one last whisper comes, one final command. Look in the mirror. You don't want to, you can't. But the command is too powerful. Your eyes snap open, and you're standing in front of a mirror. The reflection is you, but it's not. The eyes in the reflection are black, hollow, and they are laughing, mocking you. You try to scream, but it's not your voice that comes out. It's theirs. And then the laughter grows louder, as if it's coming from everywhere, filling the room, your mind, the very air you breathe. You're not alone anymore. You never were. The shadows are always there, watching. They've always been there. If you made it through this terrifying experience, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more stories that will haunt your dreams. Like this video if you felt the chills running down your spine, and comment below with your thoughts on what just happened. If you're brave enough, share this with your friends, but be warned, they might not sleep tonight. Thanks for watching, and remember, always listen carefully, because some whispers never go away.